it's Joyce. You can call me Jay. And this is another video. It's my third sketchbook tour. I say third because technically I've shared two other sketchbooks before on my Instagram. This is the first one I'm touring on YouTube. So this is an ELO sketchbook, 8x8. I've got a little jet pen sticker in the corner, the cover, and we get right into it. On the first page, I usually test out stuff that I'm pretty sure I'm going to use in here. In my next sketchbook, I actually have it in the back so that I can do this stuff in the front. This is my date started, 18th of December, a little early Christmas present from my friend Erica. Thank you so much for getting this for me for Christmas. Much love. I'm pretty glad my style doesn't really look like this anymore. But yeah, I have to go through the not as good moments to get to the better ones. This is the welcome page of my sketchbook. I didn't really like the markers because they were super streaky even after going over them multiple times to try to smooth them out. But hey, this is the welcome to my sketchbook. So over here, this first page, I was in my previous sketchbook, I was trying to figure out a little animal mascot I could have. So I tried thinking of a combination of an African wild dog and a squirrel. So pretty much like the ears and muzzle and stuff, and color scheme are like an African wild dog, but the overall like size and characteristics, like the tail, are from a squirrel. This is just a random cat playing with like a mouse toy. That's some Korean lyrics for a song that I was really into at the time. This is Major Emo Boy Scourge from Warriors. Yeah, I had gotten back into the series for a little bit to finish up the new Prophecy arc, which is the last thing I remember reading. This is from Hellbrum. I had just finished watching The Seven Deadly Sins, and if you know, then you know that's rough, buddy. So, since I got this in December, it was holiday season, and so I had these little thumbnails of stuff that I could have drawn here. I didn't choose any of them, but this is what I drew. It's not that great, but I mean, I tried. I like the eye. And it's, yeah, I posted it for Happy Holidays. This was an idea that I never really fleshed out. It says April because I actually went back towards the end and fixed up the sketch. I don't know if you can really tell, but it used to look more like that. It was a lot messier before, so I came back and cleaned it up. I gave the mistletoe berries little faces. Over here, I tried to thumbnail things again for the holiday season. This was going to be a drawing of my crush at the time, smirking smugly, but yeah. This is me saying this is not what I wanted for Christmas, a crush, and in my head, Cupid's a little punk with a mullet, so yeah. This, again, is more drawing because I had a crush. This was going to be like, if I reached out, would you reach back out and meet me halfway kind of thing. But, yeah. These are just random sketches for stuff. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, because you give love a bad name. Okay, this is a 4-page storyboard for the song Can't Sleep Love by Pentatonics. Yeah. This is a 1-page storyboard for the Crush song. You can tell what was on my mind at this time. And this is a Christmas Eve drawing that I did, and I posted it on my art account. Feel free to follow me. It's no biggie if you don't, you know. These are more thumbnails for what I could have drawn for Christmas. I don't know what I was doing with that. This would have been cute, but I hadn't actually drawn an entire cat in a while. Like, the one in the beginning, that was a pretty lucky good drawing. But, yeah. So, what I actually went with was this one, but I never posted it because, before, the only colors were the string and the lights. This is actually watercolor that I came back to, much later because I didn't get watercolors till the very end, toward the very end of the sketchbook. But I like how it looks now. This was going to be a nice little drawing that I was going to scan and try to finish with my tablet for Christmas. It was going to be my close friend circle and a little literal circle, but I never got around to finishing it. Rip. This is another one-page storyboard for a guy that I'd kind of be into. Yeah. This would have been nice to post for Christmas, but I didn't. But there that is. Just random sketches and doodles, because sometimes I do that. This was me, because I'd just gotten Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so I'm in Cloud. Cloud's my little twink boy. This is Valerie from Monster Prom. This one is the one I used from reference. The rest of them were using that as reference, and just, yeah, Valerie is best girl. This was going to be a whole spread of a sea serpent. I never really got around to adding color to it, but I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, actually. The scales came out okay, and yeah, the water ripples could have been better, but whatever. This was a Happy New Year drawing, me holding a morning glory. This was me trying to figure out height differences in my characters and how they would actually look standing side by side from each other. This is actually pretty accurate to how Dakota looks now. I'm not entirely sure for these two yet. Mal and Tara look pretty similar, just in a different style now, because Freda looks pretty much exactly the same. These three are entirely different. If you follow my Instagram, you know Casey's floof now goes the other way, and her long sleeve is off the shoulder. But Alex looks entirely different. He is no longer a twink. He's a surfer dude. That was a huge character 180, but I felt like that fit him more. This is just more random doodles. I have on and off lack of inspiration throughout this sketchbook. Maybe you can tell from some of the quality of some of these pages, but yeah. This was during the break, during holiday season break, where I went back home and my friends and I all went to watch Into the Spider-Verse, and it was amazing and we all loved it. So I drew some little fan art. And if you watched Into the Spider-Verse, then you probably know what scene this is from. And I'm probably going to go back and try to finish this sometime in the future, but for now, it's just a rough idea sketch. So this page didn't always look like this, if it'll focus. It didn't always look like this. It used to actually be Spider-Gwen without her hood up, but it was a very, very light sketch. So when I figured out what I wanted my Spider-Sona to look like, I came back and did that instead, and then I inked it, and I actually really like it. And then this is just her in a little chibi style. I'm still trying to figure out how I want my simplified style to look. I'm still trying to figure out my style. Like, this, I'm still trying. I'm growing. This is Mal and Tara, my OCs. Yeah, this is pretty much them, but your little strand goes over this way now. And I wouldn't draw Mal this way anymore. Like, I drew this after catching up on Ruby's latest volume, the 2v1 fight was pretty great. I enjoyed watching that. I was listening to more love songs and crush music. I think I was listening to Love Someone by Lucas Graham a lot. And this is I Like Me Better When I'm With You. Yeah. There's Love Someone. Yeah. More into the Spider-Verse stuff. Oh, this is from when I'd gotten a care package from a friend. He sent me a little bear cape thing along with, you know, college essentials, food, snacks. Don't worry about it. These were going to be sticker ideas. I actually drew them out digitally, but I haven't printed anything, so yeah. This is Shop Menu Rules card. Instagram loved this because we stan a queen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that either. Or that. Okay, I drew this on February 2nd because it was the 4-year anniversary of Monty Holmes passing, and I had been hoping that one day I would get to meet him, but sadly that is not something that can happen anymore. But he's inspired so many people, so many quirky people who just wanted a chance to do something with their abilities, and I really looked up to him, as I am pretty sure a lot of people did. Rest in peace, Monty. This is just a random doodle. This was going to be Nora, but I didn't have a reference. This actually wasn't drawn at the same time as these. These two were drawn on St. Patrick's Day. We went to a St. Patrick's Day barbecue, and they have a little cat named Link, and he's adorable, and he curled up because he was sleepy, and he looked like a teardrop, and he was adorable. This was going to be my fursona. Well, it is my fursona, but without any of her details. She has ear details, bang details, she has some Korean writing over there. Yeah, all that jazz. Maybe one day I'll finish up a drawing of my fursona. I actually haven't drawn her in a long time. I used a speed paint as reference for this pose. Yeah. I was listening to I'm Awesome by Spose while drawing this, and then I finished it digitally, but I ended up not liking it all that much. They're very stiff, but you know, I did it. Damien LeVay fan art for, you know, Damien LeVay from Monster Prom. He is best boy. And then this is fan art for Niche, a genetic survival game, which I very much greatly enjoy and would recommend if you enjoy cute creatures and playing with genetics and strategy and turn-based games, because that's pretty much what it is, and it's fun. Okay, here I was trying to figure out how I would like Firestar to look like in the different phases of his life. This is Rusty / Firepaw. He is skinny boy. But yeah, all the curls and stuff, because Into the Wild. This was my first imagining of Fireheart, but that didn't really match. So I did this, where his hair got more unruly. He uncolored his collar buttons. And you know, that famous meme now, calling Dark Stripe Dirt Stripe. And I'm not actually sure if he would lob off most of his hair when he became Firestar. Maybe he would keep it and just tie it up so it's out of the way, but yeah, that's what that is. I'm so sorry for the camera not always focusing well, but yeah. Oh, did I miss? I did, because I tried to... Okay, this was going to be Jaden Animations fan art that I was going to finish digitally, but I never got around to it because I didn't want to mess up the sketch with crappy line art. So I just finished it with the purple echo lining and then the red strings. And that's just me trying to figure out human warrior cats. This was me trying to draw Nyan Cat because no one's seen him, her, it in a while. a bug face for no reason, a random gesture, and a doodle. This was me figuring out my spider sona. There's thumbnails at the top. For a little bit, I thought of having it in the Miraculous Ladybug style, but my hair is too untamable for that, so into a mask it goes. This is Freda. She's a sweet little bean. She's one of the shortest OCs in my story. And then just random sketchy doodles. This is another part where I was feeling uninspired and I tried to figure something out, but I couldn't quite. So that's why this page is here. This is vent art. Don't worry about me. Honestly, I'm fine. It's just sometimes you need to get your feelings out in some form. I do it like this. This is another unmotivated day. This was St. Patrick's Day. It was just me enjoying a shamrock shake, even though I didn't actually have a shamrock shake. I think I had iced coffee instead, but you know. Another unmotivated day. Oh, okay, so this is, I had just binge watched The Dragon Prince, the 2 seasons that are out right now, and I loved it so much. I love the characters so much. It's nearly impossible to just love any one of them, but you know. So I had thumbnails up there. I wanted to make a Moonshadow Elf OC, not really to use, just for the sake of having made one. This one reminded me too much of Kanaya from Homestuck. This one still kind of reminded me of her. And then I did that, and I was satisfied. And Zim, Ozymandias, a cute little baby dragon. He is the entire reason I am now stuck on this show. Because I was flipping through Netflix looking for something to watch, and I saw this cute baby hatching out of the egg, and I decided, heck, why not? I'll try watching it. And then I heard Sokka's voice in Callum, and I'm so glad I decided to watch it. Thank you, Zim. And the rest of it is blank because Zim doesn't need to share a page with anyone. This is a little fan art thing of Ralsei, cute little baby bean boy, maybe a little bit too naive. This is me trying to figure out one of my OCs, Cheyenne. This is pretty close to how she looks now, with her hair all back instead of bangs. Over here, there was a sketch that I didn't like all that much, so I decided to erase it and just draw her with her hair hanging down, which I actually kind of like. I enjoyed it. These are 2 more of my OCs, trying to figure them out. These 2 are pretty close to how they look now. These are canon shipping couple, and for my OCs, Cheyenne and Connor, they're together. Casey and Baron, not together, but I mean, they're cute. This is Tara, another one of my OCs. You saw her earlier. And you see what I mean about how her strand is on the other side now. This is Casey and Baron. I thought it would be cute to draw them. They're on rooftops because they do parkour. I should probably introduce my characters at some point. This is Tara and Aaron. That's blank because that's a spoiler, but yeah. That's Tara, and I'm not going to say who that is. This is a little storyboard for Connor and Cheyenne because, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like doing a little storyboard thing for them. This is me trying to figure out how another canon couple in my story should look. They're Rin and Shane. Shane's name is still subject to change, but they're cute. This was me trying to figure out Rin's hair and what I liked so much about it in this drawing, but I couldn't quite recreate it. Also, I made her blonde for some reason. And then marker sketches, uninspired for the day. Still uninspired for the day. That's a derpy looking stego. Sorry, buddy. These are pen sketches, me thumbnailing for what to draw on the next page, and yeah, I had I'd managed to catch one of a YouTuber that I really like, their stream. I managed to catch one, and it's actually her and her brother. So I drew their shared brain cell. It's a joke because the Dragon Prince and them siblings. And then I drew mine, my tiny one, in comparison. But these thumbnails didn't end up mattering because vent art, and don't worry about it. This is just trying to plan out the beginning for my comics story. This is obviously isn't how it's gonna actually look, just trying to plan stuff out. Here is where the sketchbook starts to get interesting, and I really start to love it because all of the colors, I got big intensity markers, which allowed me to do these like block shading and like simplified shading. And then I also got my 12 color travel tin set of Arteza watercolors, and I just, oh, it's great. This was me using red and blue because, you know, the markers bled through, so, you know, just mess around. I kind of made a purple. It's a little reddish purple, but yeah, right brain, left brain. So the story here is I created my first ever D&D character. I haven't used her in a campaign yet. We're still working out who's going to DM and whatnot. But this, from here, for following a few pages, is my process of trying to figure out how she's going to look. So this is the first drawing I ever did of her. I kind of wanted her to have like Z-shaped horns, but they weren't really working out. I realized I'd have to draw them for every angle if I'm going to use her. And I gave her a little like face mask thing, but I didn't keep that. I tried figuring out different styles of horns. I actually went with this one, but you know, less pointy. I'm trying to figure out the different color schemes I could give her. Me still trying to figure her out. I drew her with her hair down a lot, and me trying to figure out which tail to give her. Casey stops by for a little bit. More of my D&D character. Her name's Deirdre, by the way, if you didn't see my previous video. More of her. This is the first time I drew her with her hair up in a ponytail, and I actually liked it that way, and I gave her the choker. And so I started drawing her like that. Oh yeah, she's a tiefling. Tieflings don't have pupils, that's why her eyes are weird. I swatched the Arteza watercolors out properly and tried mixing stuff for her skin tone because it doesn't come with a purple. And I start really enjoying drawing her. I said to try something different, which I was doing and having a lot of fun with it. And this little hey listen thing is because I got to stick around for a charity live stream, a 24-hour charity live stream. And at some point, people were saying listen too often, so somebody started playing a loop of Navi saying, hey, listen, hey, listen, and I lost my soul for a little bit. These are just marker sketches, a pen one, trying to give a little flow, a sense of direction to it. This is Tara in blue on a post-it note because that's what happened the first time I tried to... Yeah, it didn't turn out well. These are the South Park boys, Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny. This is me trying to figure out the bottom half of Deirdre because I'd only drawn her upper half previously. And that's actually pretty close to how she looks now. This is me trying to plan out the cover for my next sketchbook. This is a spread dedicated to my alma mater. I really miss band, if you can't tell from this. This is just something that would go back and forth between the band members and cheerleaders after a game. And then this is our alma mater. And our uniform. Well, not our uniform anymore, but the uniform that I used when I was there. More Deirdre. This is me actually finalizing her look and figuring out this is how I want her to look. So she has a short hoodie underneath her, I guess, vest jacket. And then her choker, and she has little earrings on the tips of her ears. And then sort of simplified. A mix between simplified and not. This one is the most simplified. I like this one. But yeah, this is some stuff about her. So after I'd posted about my D&D character, a friend of mine contacted me and said, hey, do you think you could draw a half gnoll for me? With the gnoll nose and gnoll paw to emphasize how weird of a mix that would be. So I had to teach myself how to draw a dog or hyena paw, and that was fun, trying to learn to draw that. And yeah, this was a drawing that I did for a friend. I'm not exactly happy with how it turned out, but he liked it, so that's what matters. 2 random sketches, a cute little turtle. I don't remember what's under this because I have it taped down, but it's a cute little turtle. I love turtles. And this was me trying to experiment with silhouettes and shading. These are 4 pairings from the characters that I have so far. This is Casey and Barrand, not official. Tara and another person, not official. Cheyenne and Connor, official. Rin and Shane, official. This page I absolutely love. It's not amazing or anything, and values are not that great, but I rarely draw backgrounds, let alone color them in. So I'm very proud of this page, and oh my gosh, I love watercolors now. They're amazing. But yeah, this is Deirdre in like a hub or tavern where she and her party will like hear the news of what's going on. I'm pretty happy with it. So some backstory for Deirdre. Her father's the one who taught her how to be a ranger, but he's not around anymore. So this little dream card thing, I made it super pretty, but it's a little dream card for a dream that she had where she got to spend more time with him. And this is just reminders for her look. She is my little baby bean. These are the South Park boys. I tried drawing them in, you know, their art style. I didn't figure out their eyes should be together until later. And they didn't look decent until Kenny, because I made them a bit too long, because they're stout in their art style. And then underneath is me drawing them just normally. The boys. This is me trying to figure out a Pokemon OC, random tribal. Just notes to myself. I do those sometimes. This page is an interesting bunch of random stuff. This was me trying to draw. Her name is Dottie. My little squirrel, African wild dog mix. This is me and her. This is You Will Be Found from Dear Evan Hansen. I love the song. This is Teenage Baron with his little cousin. She doesn't have a name yet. And this is just a random ginger drawing. This is my almost finalized Pokemon OC. This is how her outfit's gonna look. It's based off of Luxray because that's my favorite Pokemon. And more Deirdre. This is her as like half human, I guess, because she has pupils. And then this is her as just full-on human, because, yeah, it's okay. I really like how this turned out. More planning for my next sketchbook. That's not actually how it looks like, but I mean, it's nice to plan stuff out. This might be a redesign for Connor. I'm trying to decide if this should be Connor now or an entirely new character. And is it a good noodle? Answer it. This is me trying to figure out a main character for another side comic that I want to do with a friend. This is the closest out of all of these to what she looks like. This is me trying to plan out an opening card and an end card. And this is her, the main character, Nikki Henry. She and her future roommate are huge dorks. Her roommate is Tawny Red. This was going to be a character, but I'm actually not so sure anymore. He was going to be Eric James, because I thought it would be cool to have two names, and people just call him a nickname. I wrote Wishies here because I learned that some people call dandelions wishies because you make wishes on them. But I didn't know, because the first time I actually saw a dandelion was this past year. This is a dramatic Ash Fur Boy. I drew this after watching the Roxanne multi-animator project for like the 100th time. But yeah, I really love watching MAPs because they're very inspiring, and the talent of the people who take part in it is just so amazing. But yeah, Ash Fur. I should have given him a fedora. And that's my sketchbook. Thank you so much for flipping through with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Love you guys. If you would like to, feel free to comment and let me know what you think about things or what I should post next, if anything. Hope you guys have wonderful days or evenings, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you the next time I upload.